This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome. We hope you're holding on to your hats this Wednesday, February 24th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. The National Weather Service has issued a wind warning. We'll have all the details on that for you later on in the broadcast.
Well, first tonight, authorities are investigating a bomb threat made against a school in Tonopah.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office says Wednesday morning it received a vague threat about a bomb at a non-specific Tonopah school. The threat was received via email. The Sheriff's Office says at this time the threat appears to be a hoax, but staff and students are working remotely as a precaution, and deputies and bomb detection dogs are sweeping all school buildings to ensure everyone's safety. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating the source of the bomb threat. This is a developing story, so stay with News 25 for the latest information.
The Board of County Commissioners was asked to once again take a look at a Pahrump property that has been determined to be out of compliance. The commissioners had to weigh the zoning of the property against evicting 9 residents.
Per the backup information provided in the meeting packet, property owner Constance Allison first received notice of noncompliance in May of 2015. That complaint was a zoning issue, citing visual observation that there was an illegal recreational vehicle park in operation. On June 17, 2020, a letter was sent to Allison denying her appeal to the Board of County Commissioners. There are several items that are of concern to the Planning Department. Director Wagner stated that the RV park needs to be situated on 10 acres or more. This particular park is operating with a residential, not commercial well and septic system, and because it's not being properly licensed as a business, the county is not receiving room taxes. Allison was present at the meeting to plead her case. She said that there are currently 9 seniors that are living on the property. The pandemic has made it difficult for them to find affordable housing elsewhere, and evicting them would be a hardship. Allison said that she keeps the property cleaned and the septic pumped. She said that she and the residents understand the situation but have nowhere to go. Commissioner Strickland asked the district attorney about the moratorium on evictions due to the pandemic. The moratorium on evictions runs through March 31st. Commissioner Blundo made a motion to table this item until the June BOCC meeting in Pahrump, saying that by then the board will have a better idea about the pandemic outcomes. The motion was seconded. Public comment backed Allison's efforts to operate a clean park that is providing living space to people on a low and fixed income, and they asked that the commissioners approve the motion. The vote was taken, and the motion was approved.
Well, if you've lived here in Southern Nevada long enough, you know the old Greyhound station in the middle of Las Vegas. Greyhound says that their 50-year lease in the center of Las Vegas has ended near the Plaza Hotel. The Plaza said that they won't be tearing down the old building, but instead making a new development. Greyhound will be moving to a more convenient location, they say, at the Regional Transportation Commission's South Strip Transfer Terminal near the McCarran International Airport.
We'll have more News 25 just after the break. Stay with us.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Thanks for being with us. Fed Chair Jerome Powell briefs lawmakers on the state of the economy. Marriott names a new CEO, and consumer confidence reaches a 3-month high. More from the business world now.
Topping our news, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell tells lawmakers the recovery in the economy is uneven and far from complete. Powell adds that inflation is soft for the most part, the labor market still needs help, and the Fed sees no need to change its stance on low interest rates anytime soon. Powell's testimony continues on Wednesday. Marriott is naming Tony Capano as its new CEO. Capano has been with the hotel chain for 25 years. He takes over after Arne Sorensen died last week from cancer. An oat milk company based in Sweden is on the way to an IPO, and it's getting plenty of star power to back the product. Oprah Winfrey and rapper Jay-Z are among the more prominent backers. The vegan beverage company could be valued at more than $5 billion. Consumer confidence is up. The latest numbers from the Conference Board Index show a jump to 91.3. That is a 3-month high, but still way below.
Thanks, Angela. Well, game wardens with the Nevada Department of Wildlife rescued 3 people on Lake Mead earlier this month after an afternoon storm capsized their kayaks and left them struggling in the water. Officials say on Saturday, February 13th, when they witnessed a storm moving in over the water, the game wardens headed back to the Las Vegas boat harbor and prepared for emergency calls that often come with these types of storms. Just after 2 p.m., they received a report of 3 people spotted in the water between Boulder Beach and Boulder Island. Despite the high winds and 5 to 6 foot waves, they were able to locate the victims in less than 4 minutes from receiving the report. 2 of the victims were not wearing life jackets and were clinging to a kayak, and the third was floating with a life jacket loosely around her. The officials were able to pull all 3 victims onto their boat and return them to the boat dock, where the other wardens and medical staff evaluated them for injuries before releasing them.
While coronavirus can be deadly for adults, it's often mild in children. But that wasn't the case for one Ohio infant. Erica Foreman has more on a baby girl who survived a rare, life-threatening complication of COVID-19 and her mother's message to others.
Lauren Grant, a nurse and COVID-19 survivor, thought she'd seen the worst of the virus until daycare texted her this photo of her 5-month-old daughter, Madeline.
Her hands and feet were blue. And so I went and picked her up, and I noticed that she was having some more rapid respirations.
Madeline, who had recently recovered from COVID-19, was transported to Cleveland Clinic Children's by ambulance.
It was absolutely terrifying. My first instinct as a mother was what's going on. And my second instinct as a nurse is she's not getting enough oxygen. And my husband and I were just sitting there sobbing because we just didn't know if she was going to make it or not.
Tests revealed Madeline's heart was inflamed and racing.
So normally for a baby, their heart rates are anywhere from 100 to mid 100s at rest. Hers was over 200, and it was going up to about 240 to 260.
Madeline was diagnosed with a rare COVID complication called multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children, or MIS-C.
A lot of the body's reaction to the previous infection causes it to ramp up and cause lots of inflammation and kind of get stuck.
About 24 hours after receiving steroids and an antibody therapy to reduce inflammation, Madeline's condition improved.
She was smiling again. She was kind of moving around a little bit more, and it really kind of gave my husband and I some hope.
After 10 days of ups and downs in the hospital, Madeline is doing well at home. Her mom is encouraging parents to keep a close eye on their children, especially if they've recently fought coronavirus.
I feel like we were really lucky in that sense, that Maddie didn't have to be put on a ventilator. And I think from what I've read so far is catching this early enough so that it doesn't get to that point. And that's why it's super important to be able to recognize these symptoms in kids.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
Dr. Daniels encourages parents to contact a healthcare provider if a child develops a prolonged or unexplained fever associated with a rash, red eyes or unusual abdominal pain, chest pain, diarrhea, or difficulty breathing. She adds most children who receive treatment for MIS-C recover and do well. However, because the condition is still new, doctors aren't sure what long-term implications may be.
Well, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas will not have an in-person commencement for their spring graduates. The school says for the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff, as well as that of all of their loved ones, UNLV commencement planning team is working hard to deliver a virtual experience that honors each of the graduates with the spirit and energy of their traditional ceremonies. They added that they understand that this is disappointing news for their soon-to-be graduates and their families, and they are disappointed too. Earning your degree is a momentous achievement for their students, and it's the most important day in the life of a university. This culmination of years-long effort remains a very important milestone, even if they must celebrate it virtually.
And we'll have more News 25 coming right up.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Thanks for being with us tonight. If you're looking to adopt a dog, we encourage you to check out one of our local shelters. For today's Save a Pet, we're at Desert Heaven Animal Society, where Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Molly.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Miss Molly. Molly is a 1-year-old yellow lab mix. She's a fluffy kind of breed. She has beautiful eyes. One is blue, one is brown, extremely energetic. She is only a year old, so she's still a puppy. She will need to be in a home that has a lot of activities for her to do. She came in as a stray from Amargosa. On her collar, it says that she is extremely friendly with kids. She prefers not to be with little dogs, though. It seems like she does well with bigger dogs, but little dogs maybe not her best forte kind of thing. So if you want to come and see Molly or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, please give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
So cute. Well, each year during Black History Month, members of Jack and Jill organizations nationwide host recruiting events for historically Black colleges and universities. This year, due to the pandemic, they changed up their events, instead staging virtual Black author showcases at chapters nationwide. Kim Martinez reports.
I have to say, Kamala Harris has really set the standard for HBCUs. You know, her going to HBCU, her being the first Black woman to be the Vice President of the United States has really opened the door for HBCUs as well.
Dr. Ashley Little also knows a thing or two about being a role model of success for other Black women, as well as promoting historically Black colleges and universities.
We're the first Black-owned publishing company to share prominent HBCU alumni stories.
She's a fitting participant of this year's scaled-down HBCU recruitment events. In years past, the events were energetic, jam-packed gatherings of young people with representatives from all of the nation's over 100 HBCUs. In years past, they were lively events featuring everything from cheerleaders performing traditional step to speakers touting their colleges, and it was all in person. But this year, because of the pandemic, the events went virtual and very intellectual through inviting successful Black authors who attended HBCUs to engage with future college students.
I am a proud alumni of the nation's oldest private historically Black university, Wilberforce University in Wilberforce, Ohio.
Kanya Lindsay, a cookbook author, spoke to students from 1st to 12th grades about working hard and what it means to attend an HBCU. And New Jersey principal Cedric Thorbs, author of a memoir, says his HBCU community had an incredibly positive impact.
So I started saying, I'm going to be a Morehouse man. Wow, I became a Morehouse man, right? And so it was just the constant reaffirmation of these affirmations that I was giving myself on an every single day basis that really shaped my life.
Freshman Lauren Hardaway says although she's having a positive experience at her high school, she is one of the few Black students there. So she's looking forward to going to an HBCU.
I want to go to an HBCU because I want to build friendships with other people who look like me.
Students who not only look like her, but a school where teachers and administrators are dedicated to her success.
And it also prepares you to walk out into the real world, right? With your head up high, with confidence that I can go into any room and be successful. I can go into any room and own the room.
Kim Martinez reporting.
Thanks, Kim. Well, if you'd like to learn more about historically Black colleges and universities, you can visit their website at hbcu.com.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside, and we hear that it's going to be around 6 p.m. that weather's going to kick in really hard right here.
In Alaska, what they would tell everybody is tie down your planes because it could blow away.
Oh, see, well, I don't have a plane.
Okay, but, maybe you'll get that trampoline you've been hoping for. It'll blow right into your yard. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so if you're at the Calvada Airport, tie down your planes.
There you
okay? Go. All right, well, we'll be back with your weather right after this.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. You made it to midweek. Congratulations. Let's blow out the candles. It'll be easy to do outside today. And up and down the state, let's take a look at the temperatures from Fernley all the way down to Goldfield. It's still mid-40s, 51 on the high spot. Goldfield, way to go. Lows at night, all that area, down about 15 degrees on average. Beatty, you're seeing a little bit better, 67 degrees, 33 for a low. Amargosa in Las Vegas, low 70s. Out in Death Valley, it's 81 for a high today, 47 for a low. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, where the grass is green, the air is pure, and everybody's above average at 66 degrees. It's our high today was 70 degrees. But that wind, wow, northwesterly to 22 miles per hour. They're saying gusts up to 50 miles per hour. A little later, we'll show you a weather map. Sun rose this morning at 6:10 a.m., setting just a couple minutes, 5:34 p.m., and we'll enjoy that all the way down. 38 degrees will be our low temperature tonight, and the winds at 25 miles per hour. But let's look at what's coming up tomorrow. Yeah, it's calming down a little bit, 14 mile per hour winds, and a 60-degree high as we head on into the next 7 days. Winds kicking up Saturday and Sunday quiet a bit. But look at that temperature, starting at 60 degrees for high on Thursday and ending up at 69 degrees. So we're sweeping up 10 degrees on both the lows and the highs. Lows starting at 34, ending up at 45 at night. So that's pretty special. We'll enjoy that. Take a look at this weather map, though. They are looking at all this area, and they're saying, oh, man, danger, Will Robinson, dangerous crosswinds. Good tip. All kinds of things over. They're saying up to 50 mile per hour winds tonight in Pahrump. You see that, 40, 50 mile per hour. Those are big gusts, folks. Those will tip over your trailer in a hurry. So batten down the hatches, try not to drive like a maniac. It'll calm down tomorrow. This is Thursday's map. They're saying more like 10, 20 mile per hour on Thursday. So things to look forward to and things to be aware of as we head into the evening. All right, so stay well. Back to the desk. It's Missy, Indiana.
All right, thanks so much. Yes, definitely looking forward to the trampoline and maybe lawn furniture.
Hopefully that'll blow into your yard. Somebody will be looking for it, though.
They are talking about high-profile vehicles and that the gusts could go up to 60 miles an hour here in Pahrump. So definitely be careful. There is also an advisory for northern Nevada. We have them both on our local Pahrump Facebook page separately. So read them, find out some more information. And of course, for more information, you can go to the National Weather Service.
Don't forget to weigh down your small dogs.
Yeah, I got to do that. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. I'm Deanna.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Good night.